You know, sometimes life hits you with moments you never really get over. Have you ever lost someone you loved so deeply that no matter how many years pass, the pain still feels fresh? It's like this little part of your heart never fully heals, right? And then every year, when certain dates roll around, it feels like reopening an old wound. That's exactly what Paris Jackson goes through every single year when the anniversary of her dad's death comes up. And her dad wasn't just any man. He was Michael Jackson, the king of pop. To the world, he was a legend. To Paris, he was simply Dad. And no matter how much time passes, that loss hasn't gotten any easier for her. This year was especially tough. Paris was spotted breaking down in tears on the day the world remembered Michael's passing. Fans were worried. People started asking questions. Is she still struggling? How much pain is she really carrying all these years later? And honestly, it's a powerful reminder for all of us about how grief really works. You'd think that after more than a decade, things would get easier. But grief doesn't follow a schedule. It doesn't have an expiration date. And Paris is living proof of that. Let's take a step back for a moment. Michael Jackson passed away in June of 2009. The world stopped. Millions of fans were devastated. It was on the news everywhere. But while everyone was mourning the loss of a superstar, Paris lost her dad at just 11 years old. Think about that for a second. 11 years old. Still a child. And she had to face one of the most heartbreaking experiences anyone can go through. Most of us, when we lose someone close, we grieve privately. We cry with family, maybe lean on friends, and slowly figure out how to live with the pain. But Paris? She didn't get that luxury. Every tear, every moment of sadness, people were watching. Cameras were following her. The world wanted to see how Michael Jackson's daughter was coping. Fast forward to now. Paris is 27. She's built her own career as a musician and model. She's strong. She's independent. She's artistic. On the outside, she looks like she's moving forward, carving her own path. But inside? That little girl who lost her dad so young is still there. And on anniversaries like this, the emotions come rushing back, almost like it just happened yesterday. When she was spotted crying on her dad's anniversary, it wasn't just a random moment. It was years of memories, love, and pain catching up to her. And let's be honest, if you've ever lost someone close, you know that feeling. You'll be fine one day, smiling and living your life, and then suddenly, something hits you. A song plays. You see a photo. You smell something that reminds you of them. And boom, you're back in that moment of loss, like it's all happening again. Paris has actually spoken about this before. She's admitted that certain songs, certain places, even certain smells bring back memories of her dad. For her, music is especially powerful. Can you imagine hearing a melody and instantly being taken back to sitting next to your dad, the most famous entertainer in the world, while he's singing just for you? That's beautiful, but it's also heartbreaking when that person is gone. People often say, time heals all wounds. But the truth is, time helps you cope. It helps you learn how to live with the loss. But it doesn't erase it. The pain lingers. Sometimes it even grows, because as life goes on, you reach milestones and think, I wish they were here to see this. For Paris, that's her reality. She's building her life, chasing her dreams, and every step of the way, she probably wishes her dad was standing beside her, cheering her on. And here's something not many people know. When you lose someone at a young age, psychologists say the grief doesn't just go away, it grows with you. It's like this shadow that follows you around. Every birthday, every big achievement, every anniversary becomes a reminder of what's missing. That's why, even now, at 27, Paris feels the pain of losing her dad just as deeply, if not more, than she did back then. It's not just the loss itself, it's the fact that the world never lets her forget. Imagine waking up every day, scrolling online, and constantly seeing your dad's name, his music, his face. For fans, it's celebration. For her, it's a reminder. It's beautiful, but it's also painful. Now, Paris has found ways to cope. One of her biggest outlets has been music. If you listen to her songs, you'll notice something: they're raw, emotional, honest. A lot of her lyrics touch on love, loss, pain, and healing. It's almost like she's pouring her heart into every note. Just like her dad did. Music has become her therapy. It's the way she talks to the world. But here's something even more personal. Paris has admitted that sometimes, when she laughs or feels joy, she feels guilty. Imagine that. Feeling guilty for being happy. She sometimes thinks she should still be sad because her dad is gone. That's actually something called survivor's guilt. And it's something a lot of people who lose loved ones deal with. It's that inner conflict where your heart is torn between wanting to live your life and feeling like you shouldn't move on too quickly. That makes her journey even harder. Because not only is she dealing with grief, but also with guilt. And yet, she keeps going. She keeps creating. She keeps sharing her story. And that's honestly inspiring. So when Paris was seen crying on Michael's death anniversary, it wasn't weakness. It wasn't drama. It was real. It was human. It was a daughter missing her dad. And it was a reminder to the world that grief doesn't follow a timeline. It doesn't matter who you are, how famous you are, or how much time has passed. When you love someone that deeply, you carry them with you forever. And that's what Paris does. Every day, in her music, in her art, in her life, she carries Michael with her. Now let me ask you this. Do you think grief ever truly goes away? Or do we just learn how to carry it differently? Because from what I see with Paris, and even from my own experiences, I think it stays with us. We just get stronger at carrying it. But it's always there, tucked in our hearts. If this story touched you, I've got another video where we talk about how Michael Jackson shaped Paris's childhood in ways that most people don't even know. It's fascinating, and I think you'll find it just as moving. And before you go, can I ask a small favor? If this video made you stop and think, hit that like button. It really helps more people see stories like this. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with someone who might need a reminder that it's okay to cry, it's okay to miss someone, and it's okay to feel. Because at the end of the day, we're all human, and we're all carrying something.